Hey, Randy, you there? About this coming week. You know we have that 5-day holiday break. I'm going on a trip with a friend of mine, just letting you know.
Huh? Really? I thought you were going to visit your folks.
Huh? Was I?
Yeah, I remember you saying something about that. That you were looking forward to seeing your folks? You said your friend back home had a baby, so you were going to stay with your folks and visit her.
Oh yeah, right. I plan to go see my friend and afterward check in with my folks and then meet up with my other friend for the trip. Kinda busy, I know, but, you know.
Oh, I see. Not much time to see your folks. Won't they be a bit disappointed?
Yeah, well, I talk to them constantly, so they won't mind. I had a really hectic schedule and I forgot to mention all that. I was just thinking about the trip.
Oh yeah, right.
My last day at work is on Thursday, so right after I work, I plan to drive to my folks' place, check out my friend, and then meet up with my friend for the trip.
So, you'll be gone the whole week? Back on Tuesday or so?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Alright then. Have fun and say hi to your folks for me.
You got it. Alrighty, all packed and ready to go.
All packed, huh?
Yeah, ready for some rest and relaxation.
Right. Hope you have fun.
Thanks. Off to my folks' place and then meet up with my friend for that beach resort. Can't wait.
Hey, Andrea! Have you arrived at the resort?
Oh, hi, Randy. Yeah, just checked in. What's up?
There's something I need to tell you. It's urgent!
Sorry. My friend and I were just about to take a dip in the ocean. Can this wait?
This is no time for swimming! I said this is urgent and I mean it!
Come on, Randy. I need this time to relax. Can we do this later? I really don't need this right now. It's my R&R.
I'm sorry to interrupt your little love affair. Your parents were in a traffic accident.
Huh? Excuse me? What are you talking about?
I'm really being super patient here. I thought I could keep my cool, but I'm actually a bit confused. Should I just continue to stay calm, or should I just go off the deep end? But, considering your parents, I'm gonna remain composed.
Right. You're not making much sense. What's this about my folks? An accident, did you say?
Yes. Your folks went out shopping and this car came out of nowhere and skidded toward them. They smashed into a guardrail.
What? Are you serious?
Absolutely serious. They were transferred to a nearby hospital.
They were... what? I really can't believe this. Are you making all this up or something? Trying to get me to cut my vacation short? And this nonsense about me having an affair or something.
Yeah, well, let's leave that aside for now. What we should be worrying about is your parents. I'm not making all this up. They're in the ER now and the doctors are operating on them. I need you to get back here as soon as possible.
I can't do that. Besides, I don't believe you. Randy, pulling one of your silly pranks to get back at me. I really don't need this now. I'm resting and relaxing. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not in the mood for your stupid pranks.
It's no prank! I'm telling you the truth!
I'm on vacation and I don't want any interruptions. I'm going to block you. See you in a few days.
Maybe you didn't hear me right. The accident, your parents, it's all true. This is no joke. Call the Memorial Hospital downtown and they'll verify it. At least do that if you don't believe me. Andrea, pick up! I can't believe you. You really blocked me. Where the hell are you staying? At least give me the address!
Hey, Randy. I'm home. You there? Wow, what a vacation! I needed that. I unblocked you. Hey, you there? I just turned off the exit. Should be home in about 30 minutes. And for your information, I stopped by my folks' place and they were there. No problem.
Oh yeah? That beach resort was way out of the way from your parents' place. Weird that you'd be able to see your folks and already be back. You didn't even stop by last Thursday, did you? Oh, and how was your friend? Cute baby, I bet. Oh, and by the by, I'm at your parents' place right now.
Huh? You're where?
Your younger brother, who lives pretty far away, as you know, arrived a few days ago, too.
Huh? Why is he here?
Have you not been listening? Oh, yeah. You had your phone turned off and enjoying the beach. Why do you think he's here? For God's sakes! Your folks are still in the hospital, that's why!
Wait a sec.
Well, luckily the accident wasn't fatal. Injury to the head, a severe concussion, but they are sedated now. Just hope there are no complications later on.
So this wasn't a prank. It was all true. Really? You said Memorial Hospital, right? I better get over there.
Too late for visits. Even if you did visit, they probably wouldn't want to see you. Visiting hours are over.
Huh? Why wouldn't they want to see me?
Before the accident, I talked to your folks about your affair. I wanted to get their advice on what I should do. Fortunately, they are of sound mind now. We were very worried at first, but thank God it turned out okay. They are completely aware that you didn't cut your vacation short and come rushing to their side. You can imagine how disappointed they were.
Huh? They know all about the trip? That I wasn't there for them?
That's right. Now that you unblocked me, let me get right down to it, if I may.
Right down to what?
The problem that we had before all this happened to your parents. The problem of your infidelity. Mr. James O'Connor, sales manager of the company you work at.
Huh? Why do you...
That's the guy who you're seeing, right? You're seeing this guy. James, was it? For 5 years or so. That means you've been seeing each other even before we got married. As a matter of fact, you knew each other before we even started dating.
Wait a second! Stop right there! I don't need to hear this!
I also know that Mr. O'Connor is a relative to the company's CEO. Apparently, people at the office knew of your relationship, but due to the consequences to their careers, if they even hinted about it, most kept their mouths shut. Seems I was your little puppet, a cover for you guys. A convenient loser to cover up your relationship.
But how did this get out?
Well, Mrs. O'Connor just couldn't keep quiet about it any longer. She long suspected her husband, but never really had any concrete proof. So, she hired a private investigator and gathered a considerable amount of evidence about you guys. You know what else? She also contacted me and provided me with all the evidence that she had collected.
Are you serious? He told me it was all okay, that nobody knew about us, that I had nothing to worry about.
Also, as I said earlier, I'm at your parents' home right now. When you were having fun, or should I say cheating on me at some beach resort, I got all my stuff packed up and out of that house.
Huh? You moved out? Why?
Obviously because we're getting divorced, that's why! Do you really expect me to continue living with you after you've been cheating on me for years and using me as some sort of pawn? You can't be serious! So, I moved all my stuff to my parents' place and drove over here. You're not gonna deny me the divorce, are you? I mean, I do have a lot of evidence about your affair. You're actually not in a very good position.
But I was only... Ugh, the heck with it. If it's all out in the open now and everyone knows, so be it. I love James and I always have. There, I said it. And needless to say, James loves me too. Yeah, divorce. Yeah, go for it. I don't give a damn. You want compensation, I suppose. Well, James will pay for that, no problem.
Oh, yeah? Alright. So, you have no objections about getting divorced, and you're willing to pay compensation. Is that right?
Yeah. Let's just get this over with. I just got a text from James. Seems his wife also packed up and left him. Went to her parents' home, it seems. This means I have nowhere else to go but to his place. That's fine with me. Actually, that's what I wanted all along. Funny how things work out, huh? About the divorce papers. I'll sign that and send it to you later. Can I go now? Hey Randy, what's up? About that divorce. Let's forget about it. What do you say?
Huh? Excuse me?
Well, it seems James, he's no longer the sales manager.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Seems Mrs. O'Connor is the vice president of the parent company you work for or something, right?
Yeah. This is the first I'm hearing of it, too.
You and James worked at the same marketing division, right? Is it really true that you guys would go on supposed sales visits, but then check into a motel or something? And not just once, but like every chance you got? It's a miracle you kept it secret for so long. The section chief was concerned about your schedule. He apparently suspected what you guys were up to. Guess you guys finally pissed off the wrong people. As for James, he got transferred to some far-off branch office somewhere. Weren't you also bumped down to administration? Doing filing work, right? Ooh, big cut of your salary, I heard.
That's right. How could they? No way I can marry James anymore. That's for certain. And with this pay decrease, how am I supposed to survive? I can't pay compensation to you if I get divorced, so could we just, forget the whole thing?
Like nothing ever happened, huh? Just sweep it all under the rug.
That's right. That's exactly right. And it would be the best way to get my folks to forgive me. We make up and they'll let bygones be bygones. I'm sure of it. This would also be the best option for you too, right?
You're really pathetic.
Huh?
I can't believe you. Do you have your head on backwards? Don't you have any common sense? Let bygones be bygones? Give me a break!
But that's the only choice I have.
No matter how many times you apologize or plead for my forgiveness, I will never, ever forget what you did to me. And for that matter, to your folks. It's inconceivable to think that we would ever get back together again. I would rather die than do that.
Then what am I supposed to do from now on? What can I do to get back with you and to get out of paying the compensation?
Like I said, there is no such thing as getting back together again. Get that through your head. As for compensation, you'll pay that one way or another. I'll make sure of that.
Huh? But Randy, please.
The divorce is gonna happen one way or another. Mark my words. Same thing goes for the compensation. Get it through your head. You will pay the amount that my lawyer presented to you yesterday. Sorry, but there is no other option for you.
You're serious, aren't you? Please, Randy. Randy, are you there? Please pick up. Please help me. Let me stay at your place. Please. I brought some of my luggage. I'm right outside. Please let me in. And I also resigned from the company today. I'm not the old Andrea anymore. So let me in and I'll do my best to be a good housewife. I'll do anything you want. What do you say? Please, Randy, help me out. I mean, we did fall in love and marry, right? Please open the front door, would you? Randy, you there? I've been waiting out here for 30 minutes already. Where are you at? Please open up, would you?
Excuse me, but... Are you a stalker now? This is really creeping me out, to tell you the truth.
Huh? Stalker?
You stay any longer and I'm going to call the police.
Call the police? Your wife is just visiting your folks' place. What's wrong with that? No need to call the cops.
I already submitted the divorce papers.
Huh? You already submitted them?
Yeah. I was gonna wait until I received the first payment from you, but... Your brother felt really bad about this whole mess and paid the entire amount to me. On your behalf. You better work things out with him.
Huh? My brother? Really?
Don't think you're off the hook. He said he was gonna make you pay every cent back however long it takes.
He's going to make me pay it all back?
Oh, finally arrived.
Huh? What finally arrived?
That van your brother is driving? It just arrived in front of the house. Take a look behind you.
Huh? What the hell is this?
Your brother got one of his friends to find you a job. You should be grateful. You're leaving for a live-in job somewhere. Lucky you brought some of your stuff. I heard it's pretty far.
Why the hell is my brother even here?
You disappeared last week after all the ruckus. But we figured you'd show up here one of these days. So we were prepared for you. Actually, you got here sooner than expected. Glad you waited out there for 30 minutes. Gave him time to get here.
No, this is not happening. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna get back together with you and be a full-time housewife.
Are you still going on about that?
But you still love me, right? I mean, I certainly love you, Randy. The feeling is mutual, right?
Before I learned you were cheating on me, I had some affection for you, true. But now, I loathe you. I can't stand to even see you anymore.
Huh? Loathe me? You're kidding!
How could you be so surprised? After what you did to me, I never want to see you ever again!
But, please, Randy!
I always thought it was weird that she was so stuck on me. Guess they needed me as an alibi or some kind of convenient cover for her love affair. She figured she had me wrapped around her little finger to do as she pleased. She got me all wrong. I wasn't that stupid. As soon as she came crawling to my parents' place, figured it'd be about a week or so, I called her younger brother right away. He immediately came by, put her in his van against her will, and drove off. Several months after that, her parents were finally permitted to come home. They didn't return to their old home, but decided to buy a small apartment nearby, closer to the park and shopping center. They figured their daughter would come crawling back to them once her debts were paid. It'll probably take a few years at least, but you never know. They may even sell the place before long. Besides, it's only the two of them. They really don't need a huge house for themselves. As for me, I've been offered a position on the East Coast and figured I would move there with my folks. It would be a great change of scenery, and maybe down the line I'll meet someone special.
There you are, Aaron. It took me forever to find out your new phone number. I went through so much trouble in order to find you a decent woman to marry. I even went as far as planning an extravagant wedding for you. And then you run off and marry some random floozy. And to top it all off, you moved and changed your phone number without telling me? How could you treat me this way? I suppose you aren't entirely to blame. You never were one to stand up for yourself. I have no doubt that awful woman who you married is the one putting you up to all of this. But not to worry, Aaron. It'll be fine soon. I found your new address. I'll be over there soon, and with me there to back you up. I'm sure together we can sort that harpy out. I'm just about to get in my car, so I should be there in no time. It's clear that woman wasn't given a proper upbringing, so I'll have to fix her mother's mistakes. I'll have her whipped into shape before the month's end, Aaron. Mark my words.
Mom? What the hell is going on here?
Ah, I see you finally noticed my message. I was wondering, when would you reply? It had been almost 2 hours. I was starting to worry that woman had taken your phone from you. But since you seem to be fine, I suppose you were simply too overwhelmed with joy at the thought of your mother coming to rescue you from your misery that you were at a loss for words.
I was in a meeting, at my job. I didn't have time to check my phone until now, and I just saw your messages. And in any case I wasn't clear before, you were the last person I wanted to hear from. I told you, Mom, I'm cutting you out of my life. Got it? Now go back home.
Oh, my dear sweet Aaron, it's absolutely terrifying the grip that awful woman has on you. Ugh, I get shivers whenever I hear her name. Charity, bleh. But as I said before, Aaron, you don't need to be afraid of her any more. I've managed to track down your new address. There's nothing she can do to keep me from you now. I'll get right to work on fixing her up as soon as I get to your house, so don't you worry about a thing. You just focus on your work and leave all the dirty work to your dear mother.
Mom, I've told you this more times than I can remember. But Charity is my wife. She's wonderful to me. I love her, and you don't need to fix anything about her. Go home. You are not welcome at our house, and you never will be, so do not come. Do I make myself clear?
I've just turned onto your street, Aaron, to be there shortly.
Oh, for the love of God! Charity, it's me. Listen, this is very important. I need you to lock all the doors and windows and do not open them for anyone, okay? I mean it. Charity, do not open them for anyone except me. No matter what they say, keep the doors locked. Pretend you aren't home.
Aaron, what's going on? You're scaring me.
It's my mom. I don't know how, but she managed to find our new address.
What?
She just messaged me a minute ago saying that she was on our street, so she'll probably be there soon. Do you hear anything outside?
Well, actually, I just got to my client's office a little while ago. I have a meeting with them in a little bit, so yeah. I'm not at home right now and won't be for a while.
Really? Oh yeah, you did mention that earlier.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm not home at the moment, so you don't need to worry about me letting her in. When she sees that no one's there, she's gonna turn around and go back home, right?
Just in case, I think we'd better book a room at a hotel for tonight. Do you have your valuables on you?
Yeah, I carry around whatever is carryable. Just like you said, anything that's too big to fit in my bag, I left at my parents' house.
Okay. Sounds like we're in the clear for now. Anyway, thanks. I guess the next order of business is to find a new apartment as soon as possible. Man, it's time like this that make me really happy that we're both fortunate enough to get jobs that let us work from home.
Yeah, for real. If we were working at a regular company, it would be a lot harder for us to up and move to a different place in an emergency. Imagine if you had to keep living there even after your mom found us.
Ugh, I don't even want to think about that. And Charity, I'm really sorry that my mom is causing so much trouble for us.
Aaron, I keep telling you, you don't need to apologize for anything. I knew exactly what I was getting into when I married you, and I said yes, didn't I?
Yeah, you sure did. Thanks, Charity. Okay, well, I'm gonna get us a hotel room. I'll message you again once I make the reservation.
Okay, no rush. Gonna go talk to my client now. Bye. What is it with this city? Every single street looks exactly the same. I feel like I've been going in circles for the last half an hour. Whatever made you think it would be a good idea to move to this god-forsaken place? But not to worry, I finally found your place, Aaron. Isn't this exciting? We're about to embark on a new journey as a family. Just the two of us and that awful wife of yours who we'll be reforming. We'll give her all the tough love she needs to straighten her out, and if she resists, then you'll divorce her immediately. Ah, and you don't need to worry about being lonely when she's gone. I've already got the perfect woman lined up for you to marry. She's just like your dear old mother. Aaron, what is the meaning of all this? You never told me Charity was pregnant. And she looks like she could give birth any second now. That awful little brat tried to stop me from coming in the house, so I gave her a bit of a smack, out of love, of course. Spare the rod and spoil the child. She's going to have to get used to a new way of life, and it's better she does than sooner than later. But in any case, your apartment really is something else. Aaron, it's gorgeous. I feel like I could fit my whole house inside the living room. There should be more than enough space for me to put my things. So tell me, Aaron, what about time were you planning on being home tonight? I'm having Charity make me a bite to eat for lunch right now, since I thought it would be a good plan to start her cooking training right away. So if you have any requests for dinner, let me know and I'll have her start working on it just as she finishes making my lunch. Anything you want, dear, just name it.
Mom? Hold on. Back up 1 second. You're already at our apartment? Exactly when did you get there?
A few moments ago, dear. I told you I would find you, didn't I? Seriously, though, imagine my shock when I find out that I would become a grandmother in less than a month. Granted, I do have my share of issues with the child maternal lineage, but not to worry, I'm an expert in discipline, so I'll have any of his mother's traits wiped out of him by the time he enters elementary school.
Wait. Child?
Yes, my grandchild. And since I'll be living with the two of you, I'll always be there to ensure that awful wife of yours doesn't have too much of a negative influence.
Mom? Charity isn't pregnant.
What are you talking about?
Also, Charity isn't at home either. She's with me right now.
That's impossible. She's in the kitchen right now.
When I found out you were coming, I booked us a room at a hotel for the night to keep from having to deal with you. We're both at the station right now. She just got off her train, and we're about to head to the hotel.
How many times do I have to tell you she's right here? She's making my lunch as we speak. She can't be with you.
I have no idea what's going on right now, but, Mom, please don't tell me that you just barged into the apartment and started acting like you own the place.
What's wrong with that? It's your apartment. So since I'm your mother, I do own the place in a way. A fact which that awful woman seemed not to understand. Where did she get off threatening to call the police on me? It seems as though I have my work cut out for me straightening her up. It's dreadful that she doesn't even give me the proper respect to the mother of the man who's financing her selfish, greedy lifestyle.
I'm not financing anything, Mom. We both work. And that's completely besides the point. Mom, I need you to pay attention to what I'm about to say.
What is it, dear?
The apartment you're in right now is not ours. You stormed into the wrong apartment.
Nonsense.
Listen, Mom, Charity is with me. She's standing right beside me. And she's not 9 months pregnant. She's not even 1 month pregnant. She's not pregnant at all. And our apartment is not that big. It's a studio apartment. There's barely enough room for us, much less you and all of your stuff.
You're not making any sense.
Let me ask you something. What makes you think the address you're at right now is our address? How did you find it?
Oh well, you know, a friend of mine who lives near you said they saw you moving your bags into this apartment, so they told me the address.
That's odd. When did this happen, exactly?
Well, I suppose it's been out 6 months or so. So I started planning out my re-education plan for your awful wife and saving up money for the move. And once everything was settled, I headed over there right away.
Oh, okay. I think I get what happened now.
What is it? What happened?
The place you're at right now is about 10 minutes away from a big shopping mall down the road from an elementary school, right?
Yes, why?
You said it was 6 months ago, so that would put it roughly 3 months after I formally cut you out of my life. That apartment belonged to a friend of mine from college. He and his wife were living there. They were kind enough to let us stay there for 2 weeks while we got an apartment sorted out.
2 weeks?
Yeah. The residents of the apartment we were moving into still had 2 weeks left on their lease, so we just had to wait until they were all moved out. So, yeah, it wasn't a permanent living arrangement. We were only there for a short time.
So, the woman in the kitchen right now isn't your wife, it's your friend's wife? Oh my goodness gracious! Do be a dear and call them to explain the situation. I'm sure they'll understand it's coming from you.
I'm not finished. My friends moved out of that apartment months ago.
What? Oh no, Aaron, this is terrible. The woman here, she called her husband and he just came home. He started yelling at me and I was so terrified that I ran and locked myself in their bathroom. What should I do now? Help me.
So, as I was saying, the people living in the apartment that you just barged into, they're not us. They're not my friends. They're not my friends' friends. I have no idea who they are.
That can't be.
To summarize, you just barged into someone's apartment, assaulted a 9 months pregnant woman, and are now locked in their bathroom and refusing to leave. In the business, that's what they call trespassing.
That wasn't my intention at all.
Well, intentional or not, once the police get there, I think you're looking at a mandatory ride to the station.
Police?
My wife? As in my real wife, and not the woman who you just assaulted because you thought she was my wife? Just got off the phone with the local police department and explained the situation.
Oh no! Oh no! What should I do now?
What choice do you have? Explain yourself and apologize, and maybe they won't press charges.
Apologize? Why should I have to do that?
Well, in this case, I would say the most pertinent reason is because you slapped a pregnant woman and forced her to make you lunch for the trouble?
But it was an honest mistake.
I don't believe this. Are you for real? You've met Charity so many times, yet you still managed to forget what she looked like and confuse her with some random stranger?
Well,
And I mean, it's not like you forgot her name. At any point in your escapades today, did you think even just once to address her by name? That would have saved you a lot of trouble, I think.
but that's... It was obviously her. She had the key to your apartment and everything. Well, the apartment I thought was yours. So when I saw her open the door and go in, I knew it had to be her.
Oh, and one other thing. Even after I got married and told you, repeatedly, that I don't need or want you to find a wife for me, you went ahead with your plans anyway, didn't you? What kind of inconsiderate, unthinking, oblivious moron are you? My God in heaven. When your husband divorces you, and your only son disowns you, I'd say most people would stop and think, gee, maybe I'm the problem here. But not you!
Aaron?
Whatever. I'm done with you. Enjoy prison, you psychopath.
Aaron, I can't believe you. You're my son. I'm your mother. You have to help me. Hurry up and do something. You can't speak to me that way. Aaron, pick up this instant.
My mom was taken into custody by the local police, and, after consulting with the 4 people she barged in on, she was charged with trespassing, assault and battery, and a few other crimes. She evaded prison time due to her age, but now she had to deal with the inconveniences of having a criminal record. While she was busy dealing with the fallout of her trial and conviction, I talked with Charity's parents. And as of today, I have officially changed my name and no longer have any connections, legal or otherwise, to my mother. It hit her pretty hard when she heard the news through the grapevine. Fortunately, she had never visited my in-laws' house and has no way of finding out where they live, so I don't think we'll be hearing from her ever again. But, just in case, I went ahead and got a legal restraining order against her. As for what she's doing now, my aunt told me that she had holed herself up in her house for days after she got back from the police station. She got fired from her job, and now she has to deal with finding new work with a criminal record to her name in order to pay off the damages she owes to that couple. Oh, and speaking of them, they called the other day and said she had given birth to a healthy baby boy. I'm really happy for them. I have a feeling that child will grow up in a much better environment than I did.